not could not be more relevant in the days of global warming, as today we observe World Environment Day. The World Health Organization estimates that 12.6 million deaths each year are related to environmental risk factors such as air, water and soil pollution. Now, to talk about the significance of this day, we're joined on the set by meteorologist Azwitakadzi Tuwani. Azwi, thank you so much for coming through. What's the significance of this day?
Well, the significance is that it is a start point of going against climate change or land degradation or any other effect that we have contributed to that is bad to our environment and mainly our health and our survival as the human species on the planet Earth.
The rest of the world is talking about climate change, and when our president was being inaugurated, I tried to listen out to see if his conversation will go that way at all, and I didn't pick that up. Is that a concern for meteorologists?
Well, yes, it is a big concern, but to come back to South Africa, recently I have read that South Africa have signed that they are going to do carbon tax, which is a very good thing to happen or for a country to do.
You reckon? Today
Yes.
we're all concerned that because of that carbon tax legislation, petrol prices have to go up.
Well, it is hitting us, yes, that is true. But again, it is very good for the environment and for the survival of the human race.
So in the long term, we'll see the benefit of it.
In the long term, we'll see the benefits of it.
Word.
If that tax is being used against climate change, but if it's being used for some other things, then it is not going to help us. It will just be some sort of a punishment to the people of South Africa. But if that money can be taken and be used against climate change, then it is for a good deal, because at the end we'll be able to survive. And we'll start to see, if we have a good standing against climate change, that everything will start to come down, everything will normalize, because we are starting to move away from petrol and diesel fuels. Then we're going electric wise, which is much better at the current moment.
This is not a good day to have this conversation.
But still very expensive to buy an electric car. But as time goes on, those cars will become cheaper. For now, what we can do is just to try and use public transport, which is way cheaper and more efficient to our environment.
I don't know about that, Azzy, but you're talking about carbon tax, and the theme this year is about working, let's beat air pollution.
Yes.
Why is the emphasis only on air pollution?
Well, it's not only on air pollution, but mainly on air pollution, because if you see air pollution, the moment you drive our cars, we produce carbon dioxide, and that sits in the atmosphere because it's a lot, and all the trees that we have on the surface of the earth, they cannot count it or use it, so most of it remains in the atmosphere, and it traps all the heat energy that's supposed to go to space, and it comes back to the surface and then warming up the globe, and by that it accelerates the weather situations and changing our climate. This is why we find hurricanes, they are becoming more intense, and tornadoes and severe droughts as well, looking at South Africa.
So what can we expect to be South Africa's contribution to this conversation?
Well, one of it contribution, let's see the carbon tax money being used against climate change. And again, we can reduce our waste. Eating all your food is one of the ways, because if you don't and you put it in a trash can, it rots, it produces those gases again, carbon dioxide, yes, and then it contributes to trapping all those energies, and our globe becomes warmer and warmer. Now, these are some of the benefits of trees. If we embark on planting trees, as today it is World Environment Days, then cool air, we receive that from the trees, filter air pollutants, like most of that carbon dioxide will be absorbed and used by those trees. But the more we don't have enough trees, then all that carbon dioxide just sits in the atmosphere.
For a bit there, that felt like a classroom. We need to have these regular conversations.
Yes,
because I think some of us don't really understand what the impacts are.
Yeah, and again, you also said, why are we only looking at air pollution? Yes, it is the main one, but also plastics as well. They are a problem. You've seen in the oceans, in our rivers, we can't really use much of that water, and in the oceans, they are killing the animals. What we can do is just to box everything. If we can keep water in a box and milk, then why not any other things? Why not we just move away from all the plastic products that we produce and go to the box, because these can easily rot and it can easily be reused.
Like I say, we need to have regular conversations, because now you're talking about boxing water, and we've been told that bottled water is better. So there's all these conversations to continue to have on a regular basis, I suppose.
Yes, that's true. Bottled water is also okay, because the main thing that we're trying to avoid or to stay away from is plastic.
Azwi, thank you so much. I'm going to leave it up to you now to do your weather.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's take a look at your weather details now. We have started off with climate change and looking at all the air pollutions that we're trying to move away from, because carbon dioxide is a serious issue, and we have seen our globe becoming warmer, and again desertification is one of the issues. And looking into South Africa, we've seen heat waves becoming intense. We're not getting enough rain during the season, so our blood product or our crop product is not very good, resulting to expensive food products. Now, to look at your daily weather today, we are expecting a maximum of 28 in the city of Durban and going to 23 for tomorrow, and we are expecting isolated showers. Now, it is green in KwaZulu-Natal. This means that there is good grazing for the animals in KwaZulu-Natal, and the farmers can make a good profit by not buying food products for their animals. Now, let's take a look at your satellite image, where we are expecting some few clouds to sit over the southern parts and towards the Western Cape. This is where we're expecting rainfall for today. We started seeing those cold fronts coming in. This is very good for our winter season and the Western Cape water, as they'll be receiving up to 60% chance of showers, but strong winds along the coastal regions up to 50 kilometers per hour wind speed. But all along the south coastal areas, we do have a warning and a watch of gale force winds of up to 75 kilometers per hour. That can be extremely dangerous, and high seas as well, up to 6 meters high. Now, taking a look at your temperatures, we are looking at cool conditions and cold conditions over the southern parts, cool over the interior, going towards the northern parts, warm to hot conditions, with Johannesburg at 22, going to 26 in Polokwane and Musina, sitting at a maximum of 31 degrees. This is what you can expect for tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies over the southern parts and cold conditions over Western Cape. But along the coastal areas of KwaZulu-Natal, you can expect isolated showers. Going to the interior and the northern parts, clear skies expected for tomorrow. Now, let's go further from this and see what we can expect going towards the end of the week. It will be clear over the southern parts with cold conditions. And here we are, isolated showers along the coastal regions of KwaZulu-Natal, going to the eastern parts of Mpumalanga and the Kingdom of Eswatini. We are expecting partly cloudy skies with isolated showers. For Gauteng, we'll just see a few clouds sitting, going to Limpopo as well with warm conditions. Well, that is all from the weather desk. Ndawendo.